Hi folks, it's Danny at Bradley James Classics, and today's classic car is an absolutely outstanding version, example I should say, of the Cortina Mark 1. In this case it's a C registration, making it a 1965, so that makes it a facelift. It is a 1500 automatic. It's a 4-door, of course. It's in that lovely ermine white, which is a colour used for the Lotuses, I think. And it is a total, pride and joy of the previous owner, let's say, and a total credit to him, because the car itself would certainly not look out of place at any car show. Clearly, it's had some work carried out to get it into this, well, remarkable condition. The 42,000 miles that are displayed are believed to be genuine. The car does have some historic paperwork, including its original logbook, which shows it's supplied to a lady in Hampshire, and that's where it's come back to. And we're based in North Hampshire and Overton. Now, these early Cortinas are the first of the breed. The Cortina lasted from 1962 to 1982, and this one and the Mark 1 version lasted to 1966. There were various models, the very early Cortinas that you don't really see too many of. They had sort of colour-coded grills, and they were a very base model, but by the time you added some extras into them, like a heater, they were sort of pushing up towards the price of the Deluxe and then the Super, etc. So you don't see too many of these. So having a super model is nice. The only real differences I can spot as I've looked around the car is fabulously original, wonderful interior as well, is that it's got more modern but classic style door mirrors, which I think we can forgive it. And it does have a fitted carpet, where of course those in the know will remember that was not a feature of the Deluxe model. There were some optional extras that you could have fitted back in the day, and they were things like a heater, a bench seat and a column shift, that sort of thing, and you saw those in the early cars. The nickname for those backlights, who can guess them? I think there's the clue, probably upside down. They called them the ban the bomb lights because of the similarity to the CND sign. Lots of wonderful moments in history captured with the Mark 1 Cortina. I always think of the glam cabs from Carry On Cabby with Sid James and co. They were featured. They were such a modern car, the Cortina Mark 1, featured in so many films, so many TV shows. Again, sticking with the Sid James, I remember he had a Cortina Mark 1 as his company car in Bless This House, TV shows I grew up with. And to be fair, looking around this car like I just have, we've had it on the ramp, it's absolutely rock solid. It's a complete, it's treasured. The suspension has been painted, the undercarriage is fully wax oiled, there isn't any corrosion. It's a real rust-free, solid example. And if you're going to invest in a classic Ford, and I always say to my customers, buy the best you can afford, this car needs nothing. It just needs to be enjoyed. So I've run through the fact that it's got 42,000 miles displayed, and with the condition of the interior and how smooth it runs, there's no reason for me to not believe that. Cortinas from 1965 started to have disc brakes fitted as standard. You can see that this one has steel wheels. It's got a set of good modern matching tyres. It makes these early non-power steering cars so much easier to drive. If you can see how wonderful it looks inside, how coordinated the blue, and you can see the seats, they're blue and they're lighter blue in the middle. They're in wonderful condition, and even though it's a 4-door car, it's nice and easy for me to tip up the back seat. Look how good the interior is, and look how fantastic the headlining is all the way through. You've got that nice strip that goes through the middle. All the chrome is good, the dashboard is good. It's lovely that it's got original steering wheel. This car doesn't appear to have some of the period accessories that are added to it, which is a nice thing for originality. That's a period radio mobile. Sadly, I can't seem to get it to work, and I can't actually see an aerial, so I'm assuming that's there for display purposes. Most of my classic car customers use wireless speakers if they need music in a car these days, rather than ruin the originality and cut holes for speakers. Just how big the door card is as well. A total credit to the owner. And even though, as I said, we've got this carpet's been fitted, the rubber matting actually underneath is rather nice as well. Good door shut lines. It's rock solid through the seals, rock solid through the wings. I've looked around the car very carefully, and it's got a super paint job. If I was being super critical, I could notice if I get very close here, you can see the smallest of little bubble, but you know, let's see how near I get in. A very minor little crack in the paintwork here. Please, when you look at cars which are sort of heading towards 60 years old, like the case of this one, you've got to expect 1 or 2 imperfections, and this literally hits that target of 1 or 2 imperfections because it is in such excellent condition. And you know, when I get up close to the chrome work, is in really good condition. You can see a little grazing there. Look at those overriders. Considering the age of the car, it's fantastic. And just to give you a little idea, when you do get look under those arches, just look how clean all of that lot is. It isn't just covered in, you know, sort of herds of black tetrasil. The whole, I'm going to see if I can just get an angle for you with the camera. The whole undercarriage of the car is in incredible condition. I've got some photographs of under the car, and it's truly in fine order. Now, you're going to be impressed with how clean this engine bay is. And for those of you who enjoy the classic car showing scene, this car will look rather nice at a classic car show, because it is almost like new under the engine bay here, because when the car was refurbished, obviously it was an engine out job, and they've done a proper job where all of these inner wings, if you look at those tops, this car has no right to be as good condition as this. When I was a lad, they were pretty bad for corrosion. This is a true survivor. The radiator looks to be new, the battery does too. A very clean engine without being overly restored. It looks to be running the original fuel pump, which is nice as that glass one there. It seems to be all round pretty much superb, and that proper little horn just sat there, control box, running a dynamo like it should do, and just totally original looking under here. And of course there's a dipstick, that's the red bit, that's for your automatic gearbox. Down with the bonnet. Super clean, excellent condition. It drives really well. It's got 2 keys, and if I've been clever, hopefully one of those keys I can use to show you inside the boot area. That is super clean and original as well. Let's have a quick look. There we go. Here's that spare wheel. That looks literally like new. Someone's put a bit of fuel stabilizer in the back. Look at this through here. Look how lovely condition it is. A big boot in a Cortina. It's a big family car, of course. And let's have a little look under there. And that boot floor is quite spectacular. And there's a fuel tank. Yeah, there we are. Absolutely wonderful condition in here. Usually I don't get quite as excited by looking inside a boot, but when a car of this age it looks as good as that, it does get my attention. I'm just over the moon with the condition of the car. You can see that exhaust pipe looks rather new as well when you get to it at the right angle. It's rock solid underneath, drives beautifully well, no adverse noises, smooth steering and good brakes, and the suspension is totally standard. You do see cars like this where they do start to modernize them. They end up with bigger wheels, they end up with extra carburettor, and the originality sadly is lost. Whereas this car, it's absolutely as God intended, unfettered with, bar, as I pointed out, maybe some door mirrors and a period radio non-working. Well folks, I think I've given you a pretty decent walk around video. I'm going to slowly just show you this paintwork, which is super shiny. It's had a good paintwork done. I haven't seen any fish eyes in the paint, which is paint imperfections. I haven't seen any runs. I've just seen good solid paintwork, and absolute credit to have a car in this condition. I'd go as far to say this is one of the nicest Mark 1 Cortinas that we've offered, and we have offered a few in our time. We did have another white one like this a little while ago, which was, to be fair, equally as beautiful. And a word to the wise, that one did not stay in stock too long because people love these early Cortinas. They actually do represent pretty remarkable value for money, considering when you look at the price of, for example, Mark 1, Mark 2 Escorts. In my book, the Cortina was also always a nicer car to drive than those early Escorts. And I think Cortina prices have been strong. I can't see this one losing money for the future. I think it's a nice investment that you could enjoy, have tucked away in your garage, take it perhaps to the local car shows, enjoy the classic car scene, and knowing that you've got some of your money tied up in a rock solid investment in a wonderful Cortina. We love our Fords over here in the UK, and the Cortina was the start of something very special, and you do not see many around in this condition. Well folks, the car is in stock. We do offer a full UK delivery service at a competitive price. All the cars are checked over in our own workshops. We do have specialist mechanics who make sure the cars are fully inspected. We do a thorough pre-delivery inspection before the cars are either delivered on a truck or they're collected. We also offer a part exchange service. We can offer part exchanges on modern and light commercial vehicles too, but generally speaking, people offer us their existing classic car, which we're very happy to look at and do a deal. Well folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, bringing you possibly what might be one of the nicest Cortinas we're going to be seeing here at Bradley James Classics, and I'm just delighted to have it in stock and be able to show it to you today. Thanks for your attention. All the best. It's Danny at Bradley James signing out.